Hey guys, this is Rise, and I'm joined by Cholera, along with Cholera's personal guest, Moletrap. That's right, Moletrap is hanging out at Cholera's house. They are holding hands throughout this commentary the entire time. Awkward moment for them, I'm sure, but not for me. We just watched Luxury play against Cal on Carthage, and that was a very good game, although quickly paced. And now we're actually going to be watching a couple of, I'd say, lesser skilled players overall, although we have seen them playing well in the past. So this match is between Leta and Hyuk. That's right, Hyuk himself is playing in this match. You guys watched the last game he played, was commentated by me and Cholera, and man, was that exciting. He actually moved through his group, and he moved on to the next group. I think that must be this group. And he played pretty well throughout it all, with the exception of the fact that he lost like 15 drones at once to DTs. So either way, I got high hopes for Hyuk. He is now one of my favorite players out there, and I am rooting for this kid to go and win the entire MSL, and I think he can do it. I think he's going to Hyuk us all, and I can't wait to see it.
Hey, Rise, I think you forgot to watch every StarCraft game for the last 6 months, because Leta is definitely not a lower skill level. Leta is basically, in my opinion, the highest skill level of this group. He has been winning like 80% of his games the last couple months. He is ridiculously on fire. I'm not sure how you could say he's a lower skill level. Hyuk, calling him a high skill level, though, also a little bit in error, in my opinion. In fact, I'm going to call this Leta's game right now. I don't know if we even need to comment this game. Let's just go on to the winner's match between Leta and Luxury already, because this is already predetermined, in my opinion.
Well, Hyuk does have the ability to Hyuk people, Moletrap, and while I would have agreed a couple games ago that Hyuk was definitely going to lose, he beat Lomo and Tempest on the way to getting to this stage of the MSL in the MST, surprising both me and Rise by clearing the group first. You know, Hyuk, though, I mean, what can I say? I mean, Hyuk is one of those people who gets himself in good positions a lot, and then he manages to grasp defeat from the jaws of victory. Like, just as about the game is about to get swallowed up by those big jaws of victory, he's like, no, I gotta save it, and throw it into defeat. So we'll see how he hooks himself this time, whether he, manages to kill, like, half the SCVs, but then, I don't know, forgets to build any drones, or whether he'll just attack some building until it's burning and almost dead, but then forget to finish it off. We'll see. There's many options, but we'll see. This is Byzantium II, by the way. Hyuk, of course, if you don't know, is the Zerg at the bottom left, and look at that. Yeah, that's the statistical predictions, by the way, from the viewers. 88% think Leta is going to win. Leta, the purple Terran, at the upper right.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Leta sucks, and Hyuk is going to own him. I don't care what you guys think. I mean, who has Leta beaten in the past time? What has he done? He's beaten, what, 21 people out of the last 27? What the hell is that? Hyuk has beaten everyone, man. Hyuk is a monster Zerg, and he's going to come out this MSL and prove it to both of you. And I don't care. Even if he gets kicked out of the MSL, in my book, he's a winner. All right? That's right. Hyuk is going to win it all. In the meantime, it looks like... Yeah, we're going to see a 14cc. Thanks for the interruption. From Leta, he's going to go for the quick expansion right off the bat. And it looks like we're going to see a 12 hatch coming from Hyuk. It looks like Leta going straight into the barracks after that, obviously setting up a little bit of a wall. And we'll have to see if Hyuk scouts this in time. One thing Leta's actually got going for him at this point is he's on the complete opposite side of the map. So it's going to take a long time for any scouting to get over in that direction. And it doesn't look like we have a drone going out. I didn't see a drone scout. Oh, no, there is a drone scout heading over that direction, actually. So he is going to scout it very shortly. But I'd argue that it's too late for him to really have a good reaction at this point, because Leta will have that barracks up pretty shortly. And all he'll need to do is get a bunker. It'll be a pretty well-placed bunker between that barracks and that command center. And he'll probably be able to deal with any sort of quick Ling harass that Hyuk can send his way.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, he's also looks like he's going for a mech build also, because he's gotten a gas up. Luckily for Hyuk, Hyuk is going to actually spot it because he's got that drone scout. He's also gone for a very fast lair. So this is going to be a really interesting game here. A 14cc into mech versus pretty much at this point an all-in sort of a two-hatch build from Hyuk, because if he doesn't win with whatever rush he's planning, either Lurker or Muta, he's going to lose this game. If he doesn't win immediately with it, because he has no economy. I mean, He went 12 hatch, but that's like the only thing he did. That I'm pretty sure right now he is just going to be so far behind economically, especially against a successful 14 command center, which is what I would call this, not getting harassed at all. You know, we're gonna see this really pay off, I think, for whoa, an early Hydra's Den. Probably not actually not necessarily for lurkers, I've discovered, and that girl is pretty damn hot. But I've discovered that actually this early Hydra Den usually is for just Hydras against mech builds, which he knows that is going to be what he's going to face right now. 14 command center into mech build. That is just, if you can get started with that, as we're seeing Leta manage to get started with it pretty well. I think this is going to be really, really, really hard for any Zerg to defeat.
Did he actually spot the mech build though? I didn't think the
he
drone
spotted the gas.
Did the drone get in far enough to see that? Okay. Yeah. I didn't see that before, but yeah, he's getting a second factory up, his armory. It looks like, I don't know. Okay, if that's a spire. Okay, so there is a spire.
It's for Hydras.
So it's some Hydras, yeah, just in case vultures come or what have you. And he's probably gonna go for a spire. And by the time he's got Mutalisks out, the vulture almost gets surrounded, and it manages to get back to the safety of the bunker, which I think those lings probably could have taken care of that vulture. That might have been a good idea for him to chase that down and lose a couple lings and kill that vulture off while it was trapped. But in any case, by the time any mutas get over to his base, Leta's going to have at least 4, probably, because they have to take so long getting across the map, 6 or 8 Goliaths out at that point. And, well, I already told you the result of the game 4 minutes ago, so I don't have to tell you again. But things are not looking good for Rise's master champion, Hyuk.
You just wait, man. He is going to Hyuk him in the butt. And when he does, it's going to hurt. And Leta is not going to know how to react. And he's just going to have to stand up for the rest of the day because you have no other option. He's going Hydras, man. You know what he's going to be able to do with those Hydras, right? Absolutely nothing. I've
crawl around the map.
In Hyuk. It looks like he's going to try to take out an SCV with that Hydra, but that tank is actually almost able to range it already. And really, no, Hyuk definitely is in a lot of trouble. I think he was in trouble probably when he joined the game, but you guys are so biased off the bat. Come on, you got to give him a little bit of a chance. I mean, seriously. So anyway, the Hydra's going to try to take out a supply depot, and if he gets down one supply depot, I'll be pretty impressed. But I don't think it's going to happen. No, he's gonna be forced back right off the bat, and now he's going to try to do whatever damage he can with the Muta. But there are already 3 Goliaths out, and certainly they're going to be another 4th and 5th coming out very shortly. And looks like that armory is spinning. I can't tell exactly from the quality that I have, but it looks like he's probably going for quick +1 upgrades as well.
He needs to go in.
Really,
yesterday.
I don't think there's anything he can do.
Alright, he finally is deciding to go in right now. He's actually not in a horrible, well, he's in a horrible position, but, I mean, Leta really isn't as prepared as he could be because he did get that academy early. He hasn't got any turrets down yet, so it's going to come down to whether Hyuk can go pull off the micro of his life. Maybe not of his life, because maybe his micro was never ever that good in his life, but of Jaedong's life, basically, or someone who actually knows how to micro really well's life, because he's going to need it. Obviously, because there's a very, very strong Terran economy here. He's still on 2 hatcheries. He has about 7 or 8 mutas right now. Probably 9th, maybe 10th coming up, but this has got to be the best mutas harass of his life. And turret's already up. Charon booster is going to be up pretty soon. That is definitely what's getting upgraded right now. And still, we're seeing Hyuk just, you know, a better Zerg player would have probably gone in with the 7 while he was gathering the rest of them. But he is Hyuk, and he's not. He's going to just attack the engineering bay. Still just waiting for more forces, but oh, just look at that target firing from Leta. He's probably target firing 1 at a time because the 1 muta just died there in seconds. And yeah, I think Moletrap, I gotta agree with Moletrap here.
Let's see, we are 9 minutes into the video now. That means that this... yeah, anyway. Yes, Leta has critical mass of Goliaths. He's got... how do you pronounce it? I usually pronounce it Charon.
Charon boosters.
Charon boosters, whatever. Whatever. Anyway, yes, he's got the boosters which make his missiles go farther, and he's got some turrets up as well. Hyuk is doing a decent job picking up some SCVs over here, but that's only because Leta kind of made a really nice wall in front of his door to make sure that Hyuk couldn't go in with those Lings and Hydras and do any damage. But now that he's got enough Goliaths to deal with whatever's on the ground also, he's going to be able to clear out that space a little bit and move the barracks, get a little bit more mobility, get some more turrets down. And Hyuk is still at 2 bases right now and sending his drones to the front line nonetheless. Nice job, Hyuk.
Just wait, man. He's going to be making a proxy hatch, and he's going to really make Leta sorry for doing this build. You know, he's going to make him pay. He's going to put...
so
oh,
sad.
no. It looks like he's going to move back the proxy hatch back to his main base and make it an in-base proxy hatch. At the same time, he's getting a secondary hatchery. It looks like he's going... He does have another base finally going up. He does have 3 hatcheries also. It's turned into a 3-hatch Muta build. It looks like he's pretty all-in Muta at this point. I don't foresee any tech switches in the near future, considering he's got Leta basically coming out of his base with a ton of Goliaths, a tank, and a Vulture. That Vulture obviously do a lot of damage. But in the meantime, he is managing to catch Leta out of position here, and Leta with only a couple of Goliaths aren't actually going to be able to defend too well against those Muta. And if Hyuk does a good job here, which he's not, he could do a pretty good job of taking out a lot of SCVs and try to hurt the economy a little bit. But in the meantime, it looks like he's going to try to set up a sunken defense. He has been playing, he's been practicing a lot on sunken defense lately, I know, for his match against Leta, so he may be using that to aid him.
And he doesn't cancel the hatch.
Oh,
Wow.
no, but that would be stupid to cancel the hatchery, because then he couldn't delay him for that 2 milliseconds that it took him to destroy the hatchery. So now the Sunken's going to absorb a ton of damage. You know, certainly worth their weight in gold, as they just are wormy meat shields, as Leta decides to slowly pick them apart.
Well, we did see +1 attack, meanwhile, from the metal, by the way, so that was definitely a +1 attack, timing attack from Leta, and it's a pretty open and closed book if the Terran gets 14cc, goes into mech, and doesn't get harassed successfully, and we're seeing that this game. Wow, just look at this. Hyuk manages to get, like, 1 Goliath at the cost of 2 Goliaths at the cost of the remainder of his Mutalisks. Yup! The remainder of his Mutalisks.
Wow.
That is it. Yeah.
He didn't
like
need
Moltron
those.
said. Yeah, he didn't need, like, the only army he had that was mobile or anything. He's going to have Sunkens and Hydras off of 3 hatches. And we're seeing the 6th factory up and probably an extra base over him from Leta. So, I mean, Leta did go for a ballsy move, though, I gotta say, but maybe he's read Hyuk pretty well. Hyuk is one of the kind of people who doesn't even rush. Like, he sucks, and he doesn't even realize how to deal with that, which is go for a rush and you know, try to kill their player early. Hyuk, I think, always goes for macro builds, and so Leta was confident enough that in Hyuk's 12 hatch that he went for 14cc. And that was pretty much it. I mean, even Jaedong, you know, even Luxury, July would all find it difficult to face a Terran going metal after 14cc on Byzantium. But Hyuk, of all people, I think is one of the least prepared for dealing with such a situation.
Man, it would have been really nice for Hyuk if he had, like, a squad of Mutalisks around to pick off reinforcements. It's really kind of a shame that he decided to leave them, like, on a move, or just move, and encountering some random Goliaths and dying for no reason whatsoever. So now the tank has made it successfully to the front line. It's going to pick away those Sunkens, and really, frankly, Leta could have gone in with just Goliaths and owned those Tunkens anyways. He's just playing it safe here, getting another base, just playing it safe. I mean, when you're ahead, you don't need to not play it safe, basically. So that's what he's doing. Look at all these random Sunkens going up all over the place here. It's again just going to delay Leta for just another few seconds, but it's really not going to do much in the long term. So Rise, to win the MSL, Hyuk's going to have to win the losers match against Cal, who has very good PVZ, and then he's going to have to somehow win the final match against either Leta or Luxury in the final match in order to advance out of even just this round. And that's what you're saying is going to happen here?
No, of course not. You obviously weren't paying attention in the political history when the senator was trying to sell his seat. The same thing is going to happen with the MSL. The person who gets to the semifinals is going to sell his seat to Hyuk, who, by the way, is rich because he's been a doorman for Kespa for the past 10 years and certainly has saved every single penny that he ever made. So obviously his master plan, totally over your head, Moldtrap. I can't believe you didn't see this one coming. And he's Hyuking us all, and he'll be back to win the MSL Championship. That's right. I'm calling it right now.
I am impressed that he managed to break out there, but
Yeah.
he's just going to get recontained in a minute because, again, the Leta's at 3 bases now. And Zerg is supposed to be a couple bases ahead in order to be in a good shape. And you don't want the Terran a couple bases ahead of you with you starting to run low on minerals in your main.
Yeah, you also don't want to have like more sunken than you have hatcheries or any other units, or I don't know. I just noticed he has 4 sunkens. That's a lot of sunkens, but he's needed them, of course, and he's got those fully upgraded hydras with speed and range. Let's see what he's going to do with them. He's going to go into the back of the natural expansion here. You know, oh come on, just get some shots off. All right, he gets 3 SCVs. And he's forced to retreat because of those range upgraded Goliaths. You know, right now, Leta is just going to re-macro up this army, probably throw in another upgrade or 2. He's probably going to get 1-1 at least, maybe even 2-1.
He's at 1-1.
Yeah, he's already at 1-1. Okay, so he's just going to get just more forces pretty much, and just move out. And, you know, Leta, even with the Zerg players, like 1 or 2 bases above the Terran, and they haven't been harassed, and they haven't had to put up like 7 sunkens, they still lose to these mid-game mech pushes. You know, obviously I won't need to go on about what Leta's about to experience.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Leta at all. I mean,
not for Hyuk, rather, sorry.
I mean, yeah, exactly. But yeah, that is just so many tanks, and I think that's the only reason he was able to break out is because Leta was so Goliath heavy. He didn't have the right mixture of units, and so that did really well for Hyuk. But now he's got several tanks along with the Goliaths, and so that, oh my god, that is a lot of Goliaths. They're going to easily be able to deal with those Mulisks, and this time he's going to have the tanks to deal with the Hydralisks. You think he's got a pretty good mix. And, you know, Hyuk has a lot of force on the ground, but I really don't think it's going to accomplish much in this next big battle. Leta's moving in here. He's going to have to almost do like a slow push here because he's using mines. He needs to siege up against the Hydralisks and that sort of thing.
Wow.
But, wow, nice. He didn't need those drones, though. He's got, like, 4 more back at his home base. and now they're gonna die, too, actually. So, wow. This,
That sucks.
I can't believe that we just saw such a late Vulture run by.
I know, that's exactly what I was going to say.
And
I was like, that
there
sucks.
is the biggest last battle that we're going to see. No, it looks like Hyuk, obviously realizing, being the tactical master that he is, that he's slightly outnumbered in his forces right there, and also slightly out-upgraded. I believe the medal is actually still only at 1-0, unless my screen resolution is that bad, but I don't think it really matters, considering, look at the Terran Ball army that he has. It looks like we're actually seeing a little bit of a counter, but oh no! We got spider mines everywhere, and man, we just see Hydras blowing up left and right, so that one kind of failed miserably. And now Leta, all he's really got to do is A-move in, but for whatever reason, he is taking the time out to make sure that he sieges up before destroying Hyuk to make it. You know what? He's trying to make Hyuk feel a little bit better, I think, by making sure that he has some units in. Moving right through the minefield. I love it. Ouch. So, although we're not going to see any humiliation in terms of supply depot hearts or anything, I'm surprised we didn't, considering how long this game ended up going up for. It's certainly oh man, so finally ending. Hyuk going to obviously move on to the losers match, where Leta is going to face off against Luxury in the winners match. So that should be an exciting TVZ match, although we'll have to see how Cal faces, how Cal handles a player like Hyuk's caliber in the losers match as well.
I think you're right. I think he's going to handle him is what's going to happen. By the way, I think I must have seen the Goliath's ground attack and air attack as different numbers, and I said, oh look, there's 2 number 1s, and that's why I thought there was 1-1. So you might have been right about the upgrades at the end, but in the end I think Hyuk was 0-0, so it didn't really matter too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're going to see the real TVZ, which is going to be next game. Leta, a very, very strong Pro League player, tied with, I believe, several other players for, I believe, #1 in the Pro League. And Hyuk, I feel bad for him. Let's have a moratorium on making fun of Hyuk, because he looks sad. This was his dream to get into a Star League, and now he's made it, and it's about to get crushed. Let's have a moment of silence for that. All right, moments of silence is over. If Hyuk wins this, if Hyuk manages to get out of this group, Frozian's gonna get out his group. That's just how unlikely it is. But anyway, let's move on.